We have been talking about the Shokin thing for a while. We've been talking about how just genuinely, explicitly, beautifully, and strategically full of shit these folks are, okay? And about the whole Shokin firing. And not the least of which is the timeline of when it happened and whether it was the $1 billion, and the fact that they seem to not acknowledge that this was the third installment of billions of dollars in loan guarantees. Now, that's I had to download let's see if I can bring this up. Yeah. Can I? Yeah. Stretch this thing out. Yeah. So they posted this memo from the U.S. Department of State from Monday, the 23rd of November, 2015, at the top end of all this shit happening. It's the Yatsenyuk and POTUS, POTUS, Biden at the time, and Petro Poroshenko meeting. He's going over there. You're going to deal with this on Monday. Here it comes. And in this conversation, it's the following Monday, I think. So we're getting close to these dates or whatever. And their argument has always been, everybody loved him. Everybody loved Shokin. Ukraine was doing great. Shokin's doing great. And especially Shokin, right? That's what we've been hearing. You guys have been hearing that? Trolls, are any of you here? Trolls, welcome. Gather in. You're going to want to hear this, because it's always good to find out how genuinely and explosively full of shit you are before it becomes a spillover problem. Here you go. Yatsenyuk. Yeah, Yatsenyuk was like one of the leaders of the Euromaidan resistance. He was supposed to be like, I believe, the prime minister under the president, and they were, to balance out the powers thing, where Petro Poroshenko represented the kind of Yanukovych regime a little bit, but slightly better, and Yatsenyuk represented the good guys in Euromaidan, and they were going to work together. And then they, as the reforms started happening. Okay, so here we have, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what the most beautiful thing about this is? I'm going to show you this. Check this shit out. Okay, see this right here? See this buddy right here? Hold on. There's the document. Okay. This is a series of attachments that I got from John Solomon's website, Just the News. So Just the News is one of the repositories for all this, like, aha, we've caught Biden purple-handed, right? They've been pushing this for a long time. And they post stuff. They post all the aha on there. Now, I had to download this and save it because I think these motherfuckers are going to take them down. I think they're going to remove this one before too long. And I'll show you why. Look at the date. Monday, 23rd of November, 2015. Kind of important. Okay. Please clear on these. Latest versions are attached. They go through a back and forth of this. Please clear on the attached BCLs for the POTUS Kiev trip by OOB tomorrow, like office hours, business, end of office hour, business, something. 85, Newland needs to see these tomorrow before she leaves on travel. Both papers are extremely similar. Thanks for your help. Please let me know if you have questions. This is the person at the Ukraine desk. This is not classified. This email is unclassified, okay? Here it is. This is the list, sensitive but unclassified, November 22nd, 2015. This is the version of it, and then they've got a reviewed version of it with some stuff right there, like an updated like mix between the two. They're very similar, but they put a couple of things in or whatever. Basically, it's just what they're going to do. And it's their instruction. This is the administration working together, Biden's talking points, Biden putting the trip together, what the layout will be for the trip as he goes there. Goals and objectives. Your visit, because this is for the vice president. Your visit to Kiev comes as infighting among the parties in Ukraine's governing coalition is growing and stalling progress. Everything's great. Everybody loves what they're doing. Ukraine's doing fantastic. Everybody agreed. And Shokin especially, right? Okay. Is growing and stalling progress on the government's agenda. Popular disaffection with the government is mounting over difficult economic reforms and conditions, and public doubts are worsening over political leaders, particularly President Poroshenko and PM Yatsenyuk. Again, Yatsenyuk didn't want to even have the role. He was just a part of the Euromaidan crowd, and they were trying to create a balance of power so that those they felt heard, right, as they transitioned until they had a regular election, right? Commitment to breaking old-style politics and rooting out corruption. Your meeting with Poroshenko will be an opportunity to press for re-energizing the reform agenda, particularly critical progress on anti-corruption, offer new U.S. support, and encourage Ukraine to continue its efforts at Minsk implementation, particularly on securing an agreement on local elections in the Donbass. Your last call with Poroshenko was November 5th. Your last meeting was in New York on September 28th. Cool. Got it? No CC of Hunter Biden necessary. Trolls still say faked? Nope. Sorry, trolls. This is a verified document, and it is posted online by John Solomon and the right-wing media sphere. This is from their site. This isn't like my cut version of this. Here's the part you need to look at. Background. SPU. Unity and reforms. With local elections in the rearview mirror and an economy that will, while still in difficulty, seems to have moved back from the precipice, the time is right for President Poroshenko to reanimate his reform agenda. You should recommend that he give a State of the Nation speech to the Rada in which he re-energizes that effort and rolls out new proposed reforms. There is a wide, I love this part, there is wide agreement that anti-corruption must be at the top of the list, and that reforms must include an overhaul of the Prosecutor General's office, including removal of Prosecutor General Shokin, who is widely regarded as an obstacle to fighting corruption, if not a source of the problem. Reform priorities should also include the judiciary and standing up the new National Investigation Bureau, akin to the FBI. They didn't have their own FBI. They would have one after. You will want to press Poroshenko to eschew radical plans and agree with Yatsenyuk on a 2016 budget and tax plan that are consistent with IMF recommended programs. So the IMF, again, the IMF, and which is recommended, it's a typo in there. That's probably one of the things they fixed in the other version of it. Poroshenko has prioritized privatization, and you should encourage the government to set up a mega holding company for 10 to 20 state-owned enterprises, which will help cut off traditional sources of corruption. You got that? I mean, if you haven't gone and looked up diamond prosecutors, which are the story around the lead investigator under Shokin, who was busted for in July of that year for with $400,000 cash, 64 diamonds, and a Kalashnikov, and tied to a bribery scheme, which, by the way, was part of, and that Shokin himself had intentionally stopped an investigation into that guy, into his lead investigator, who was later busted for bribery scams because he was getting a fucking cut, and he attacked the anti-corruption bureau that was just stood up. Like, he literally sicked investigators on it while looking the other way about his. You'll never read this, but both were two actions with nothing more than low-class trailer. I don't know. Oh, I see. Are you talking about Boebert and her boyfriend? Such a weird thing. Yeah. So can we settle that for? And like I said, John Solomon of Just the News, one of the big sources that Newsmax and Steve Bannon and Fox News on occasion always reference as a repository for documents that is basically a precursor to the committees that the Republicans are standing up to look into this. This will be a part of the impeachment inquiry, okay? This, I guarantee. Trolls, knock yourself the fuck out. Stomp around your living room. Be mad as shit all you want. But this document is going to be entered into the record during the impeachment inquiry. Yes? Well, it is a Jehovah. I haven't watched the whole Biden speech at the UN, Mary. I'm going to after the show today because I was watching other stuff about our dear friend Russell, which the whole thing just gets fucking grosser by the second. And the parallels to Danny Masterson and the other side, it's just weird. Anyway, so there it is. Sorry. I'm sorry to Comer you like this, set you up and knock you down, but that's how it's going to be. That's what you're going to have to deal with. Just recognize. You got to recognize. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm also going to post this. I'll post a link in the description after the show. Or maybe we could, during the show, I could probably send this to you. As a matter of fact, hold on, give me 1 second. I have a link I think I made in my other thing. I beg your pardon. In Operation Pineapple. Here it is. Boop. I'm gonna give. I'm putting that in the link. Here's the link. CSL. If you want to put that, that will be in the description. Thanks, CSL. I got it. I just put it in there. For you guys to take a look at. That's from the Just the News site. Again, if some of you would like to download that, I recommend it because they're probably going to scrub it. Biden is done. This is the end of the coronavirus. Young God, I was murdering time. Yes, it's so over. Oh God, what shall we do? Oh my God, Joe Biden is finished. What shall we do?